In the lead-up to Horizon Forbidden West's launch, we've spent recent weeks taking a look back at many aspects of Horizon Zero Dawn as we prepare ourselves for the sequel. Unsurprisingly, one thing that we've focused quite a bit on is the machines. That's one of the biggest draws of Guerrilla's post-apocalyptic action RPG series after all. With recent features, we've taken detailed looks at various machines that Aloy encountered in Horizon Zero Dawn. But of course, there's still many more machines left. Here we're going to take a look at 3 more, with the Stormbird, Snapmaw, and Rockbreaker. The Rockbreaker. As one of the biggest machines in all of Horizon Zero Dawn, one can't help but be impressed by the Rockbreaker's size, attributes, and abilities. Essentially massive versions of moles, Rockbreakers are capable of digging into the ground and then using subterranean manipulation to attack targets from beneath the ground, often using the technique to lay ambushes. With these capabilities, Rockbreakers are quite unique from most other machines in Horizon Zero Dawn, with the massive roller cone drills in their mouth and the excavators at the ends of each of their claws. Their subterranean capabilities help them stand out from the crowd. Of course, as you might imagine, a Rockbreaker is quite a formidable foe in combat, to say the least. Its massive size makes it an instant and obvious threat, while its subterranean capabilities only serve to add to its threat. On top of that, the attacks it doles out can be quite hard-hitting. Most of its attacks are melee-focused, which makes sense given its size, but a couple of them can also deal explosive damage, seeing the machine launch massive rocks in Aloy's direction. With Rockbreakers being so sensitive to sound and using sound as their primary means of zeroing in on targets when they're underground, taking the stealthy approach to get around them if you haven't yet entered combat is often the best option. Of course, at times, this isn't an option, though thankfully there are a few things that work pretty well against a Rockbreaker, such as freeze damage or making use of your rope caster to keep them in place and ensure that they don't go back underground. What were originally built as machines by the AI Gaia to assist in the planet's terraforming eventually turned into deadly combatants that could kill humans with frightening ease after the phenomenon known as derangement, which saw Hephaestus and all other Gaia subfunctions becoming independent and self-aware and turning its machines openly hostile towards humans. Of course, that did give us some incredible fights against Rockbreakers in Horizon Zero Dawn, so we aren't exactly complaining. Guerrilla has confirmed that Rockbreakers will be returning in Horizon Forbidden West as well, so we can look forward to more fights against these machines. Snapmaw. Snapmaws have a special place in the hearts of a lot of Horizon Zero Dawn fans, and it's easy to understand why. They're essentially massive crocodile machines, which of course means they boast excellent visual design. And like many other machines in the game, they're also a joy to take on in combat. Before the derangement, Snapmaws used to work under Gaia's subfunction Poseidon, and had been created to detoxify and restore the Earth's rivers, seas, and lakes after the Pharaoh Plague left them all sterile. Since the derangement, they've been prowling water bodies and turned into something of a nuisance, if we're putting it mildly. Appropriately enough, given how they look, Snapmaws behave very similar to how crocodiles behave. Hell, they even do the crocodile death roll if you try to tie them down with a rope caster. Their large size makes them lumbering and slow for long durations, but they also hide deceptive speed. At a moment's notice, a Snapmaw can set its so-called eyes on prey and rush forward with great agility. Using their long tails and powerful jaws, Snapmaws have some hard-hitting melee attacks under their belt, while they can also launch icy projectiles from a distance. One of the things that sets the Snapmaw apart from all other machines in Horizon Zero Dawn is that it's the only amphibious machine in the game. That, of course, is one aspect that the upcoming Horizon Forbidden West is expanding on greatly, and is also introducing new amphibious machine varieties. Guerrilla has confirmed that Snapmaws will be returning in the sequel as well, so it should be interesting to see how they evolve given the game's added focus on underwater gameplay. Stormbird. There weren't a great many flying machines in Horizon Zero Dawn, though it looks like there will be more in Forbidden West. Though of the few that we did come across in the first game, the Stormbird made quite a strong impression. Like most other machines in Horizon Zero Dawn, Stormbirds were made by Gaia, purely for the purposes of detoxifying the Earth's atmosphere after the Pharaoh Plague was shut down, contributing to the planet's terraforming. After the derangement, though, these mechanical birds turned much more hostile and became deadly aerial threats. Stormbirds are essentially massive mechanical raptors, and their behavior is very similar to birds of prey as well. They're generally not encountered in groups, which is good because the Stormbird is one of the most dangerous machines in Horizon Zero Dawn. Their biggest advantage, of course, is that they can fly, and the fact that they can remain aerial and combine that with their speed and agility makes them hard targets, which makes them particularly tricky enemies in a game that's focused entirely on ranged combat. On top of that, Stormbirds have a vast and varied arsenal of deadly attacks as well. They can use their beaks, talons, and tails to hit you with crunching melee attacks. They can use their wings to send wind-based moves your way. They can send out sonic blasts to temporarily incapacitate you, and they can dole out a vast number of attacks infused with electrical damage and effects, many of which are area of effect attacks that are pretty tricky to dodge. Sure, they have chill water and blaze canisters that can be blown up with elemental arrows to deal additional damage. And using a rope caster is helpful as well, but when all is said and done, every fight with a Stormbird is still incredibly challenging. Like the Rockbreaker and the Snapmaw, the Stormbird 2 is one of the machines that Guerrilla has confirmed will be featured in Horizon Forbidden West. And we're excited to see what sort of threat they'll present in the skies of a completely new open world. And that brings us to the end of the video. A quick request: we upload new videos every single day, and if you like what we're doing, please consider subscribing. It really helps us out. Also, don't forget to enable all notifications by clicking the bell icon so that you can receive daily video updates. Thanks for watching.